this is Umumisangu. I am a channel developer, La kwa ISAB, and together with me today is Tony Lebesi. He is one of the co-founders of ISAB. So today we're going to talk about ISAB and its contribution to our communities. But before we continue with that, I just want to talk about what I saw last year, November, December, with the stockfels that we saw online. You know, one thing that I learned, Tony, is the beauty of stockfels, the benefits that stockfels have been giving our family. I mean, I grew up, with my mom in stockfels, and one of the benefits that we had was that every time when the year began, we had food. It's something we didn't have to worry about because Umama, she got her portion of their stockfel in November. Now we have like the 5 kg double surf washing powder for the next 6 months, And I think that's one of the beauties that stockfel. More and above, we're going to talk about how ISAB can actually better contribute to communities in terms of stockfels. What has been your experience in terms of the benefits of stockfels?
Hi, Blue. Hi, everyone. So, stockfels, the idea ISAB came from my association, Lady Stockfel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Over 40 years ago, we would I would help take me go class slave, go interfere, go chain morgan, and nakopana le bo mebaba.
Sure.
The society itireleng, I think that was what it was called.
Sure.
And that was my first experience. Yeah, people coming together. And as you would see later, the whole idea is Hokopan Sabatu. So yeah, my experience here, stockfel or people coming together is over 40 years old.
Sure.
Older than most of you here.
Please don't expose our ages. I heard that there was an incident that happened in Tembisa last year.
Yeah, a bit late last year. Unfortunately, with the good that surrounds the stockfel, there's always, something bad that pops up. People want to take advantage of the stockfel in many ways. So I saw this on social media late last year that a group of women, they went to collect, go back to Tembisa, they went to collect grocery abona. So theirs was a grocery stockfel. So they went to collect grocery abona at a shop or a wholesaler somewhere in Tembisa, and they were robbed of all the grocery for the whole year. Can you imagine? That? So, there were ambulances going up and down. Apparently. So
the shock,
Sure. And I think anyone would agree if you have saved diligently every month, knowing more about December how then it will cover the reading someone are not there. So
sure.
Yeah, the bad part, and I don't know. I think would like to hear from everyone out there who is a member of a stockfel. Look, hit us on the social story, and I would really like to know her experience here as a stockfel, either your property or your grocery or your koloi or a burial society. Any form something.
Yeah.
Because I think the most important thing we see, the development you see more and more blue chip companies, listed companies coming, put down cheap cookies, and they want to profit out of this as well.
Yeah.
So I think transfer and then re-putsise re ka khona bang ho influence industry e leng hore thomile and re benefit from you instead
Yeah.
of re be consumers from batho ba bang hape.
Okay.
So I think ke yona challenge ya rona gona yaanong ya di-stokvel, and we have a few solutions for that. In fact, that was what ISAP was built for, to reinforce that sense of community within the Kasi, and then for the Kasi to be independent.
Yeah, so before we get ahead of ourselves, like I said, we'll see Tony today. He's going to explain to us what ISAP is, because you keep hearing us talking about ISAP. And I mean, we're wearing the t-shirts, it's a thing, you know, but I think that during this time, I can give Dr. Tony to just explain what ISAP is, what ISAP is offering people, stokvels of any type, you know, how can they mitigate even some of these challenges that you just mentioned?
ISAP is an acronym, so it's like an abbreviation for economic empowerment and social upliftment. That's what we want to do. Why, though, you might ask? So, Mumzansi, and you know, everyone Mzansi is the most unequal country in the world. But what does that mean? I think I will simplify. South Africa, the top 10% ya population ya re, it own 90% ya wealth.
Sure.
Top 10%, it own 90% of the wealth.
Sure.
And banally access to 60% ya income you generate in the country. That's why no one a CEO ya company or 200 million in a year, or 500,000 in a day. I think there was someone earlier more social media I break it down. But you'd see those the meaning inequality in a sense. For you have a certain portion the population own almost all of the assets, and they get almost all of the income, and the rest of the 90%, which is the middle class, which would be the next 40%, and the bottom of the pyramid, the last 50% at the base of the pyramid, but the poorest of the poor in the economy. And most of Rena, we like nuggets are paid, and political scandal for Winterfeld. So, inequality, and all we're saying, it's not sustainable. It's a platform, if you are affected by inequality, if next door how or around you, how, if we zimoto or if unnamuplaking elum hore, ukonotswafru, ukonobonabatu, banzikukoning, abana plane, babamba market, babang, banozola zola fed, affect inequality. Understand? And what we're saying really, it can change today. Here it can change. What's our morale? Understand? But how do we? So isapo ere. Imagine about a stock fair, because like a stock fair. Return or re-20 and then mamma kushopong elor botsa no. Helika to recommend naka December qualify the special price on 1, 2, 3. And the kono reka bulk. Imagine a heavily 20 kamko. Even company the stock fellow in the country, or Mohauteng, for instance, or Mokasia how. And then will exercise a power yahore yadi numbers study. A belly exercise on a monthly basis.
Sure.
Are you aware hore little corner hore because ke lena le tlabeng le support-a shopo eo e leng hore e re tlisang tjhelete ya lena moo. So ISAPO ke platform eo e leng hore ya le kopantsha as a community hore a re kopantsheng buying power ya rena, so that re lebale hanyane, re bethise middleman moya hanyane. Understand? Re bone hore he re ka itirela dilo tse, re ka change eng.
Okay.
And then re ira ka technology then. Understand? So
what do you mean ka technology?
Okay. So ISAPO is a mobile app.
Okay.
We're developing a mobile app. It's available on Android, it's available on Huawei, Gallery, it's available on Apple Store. So you can download that, and then from more, you can kopana le batho ba ba tshwanang le wena ba ba nyakang ho ira change e leng hore wa ira. Understand? Yes.
Okay.
And then here kopana ana motho a ka re bisa. So ke ntho e re bolelang mo ISAPO, re a re kopaneng, re rekeng ba botlhe, re profiteng ba botlhe, and then maphelo a rena change ba botlhe.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is that we don't have to do stock fair once a year where we buy groceries for the next 6 months, but on a monthly basis, we can come together and buy our usual monthly groceries, but we now have the buying power.
Exactly.
As a collective.
And then why berekisa buying power eo hore price e leng hore ba o tshepisa yona hore o tlo ira ha one mo ngwaheng, we create every month.
Every month.
Understand?
Sure.
And then technology re thusa ka hore aske wa bona hantshi di stop fele tshwantsho re ba ilo meet every month go ntshiwe dizaka or betsa tshwanetse then mo tech e re thusa ka hore le economy mo appeng re na le messaging system.
Okay.
Mo ileng hore o kgone create stop fele sa hao o se tsentse mo appeng, di members tsa lona tsotlhe di tsene mo appeng, and then le bolele within the messaging within the app in a safe environment. So we create whatever we run physically, it's in some apping, and then lead is for safety, because a scale of it's over or babang but the advantage. Once the company more, if you to continue your annual grocery stock fair, renale what we call the crowdfund vouchers.
Okay.
Mo apping. Ka 5 jacket, clipper, so 50, 100, 250, 500, 1,000. O kono reka crowdfund voucher.
Okay.
Just like o contribute go stock filling sa hao. O contribute to clipper hele hore le ntsha di 200 or di 1,000. O kona ho reka, and then it's a mo walleteng ya hao. And rena re tlo berekisa saka eo he re reka throughout the year for batho ba bang ba ileng hore ba reka grocery ya bona on a monthly basis. Mara wa itse ke re tlo share le wena, hona le profit e re share le wena ya saka ile ya hao. Instead of hore hona byanong hona le ko ileng hore o isa tjhelete ba re ebe e nne ngwahotlhe, and then he ngwaho fela ba o fa saka ile ya hao iliwa. So rena re okay, because re berekisa zaka ha ne re ntse re reka ka yona hore re rekise re khone hore re build up the bulk e leng hore we need to really reach in the industry. So re tlo share rena profit.
Sure. So basically from what you are saying, stock fields can benefit like habit.
Exactly.
Number one, they can still buy their group groceries every month. But also, if they still want to do their annual stock fill, they can still have that at the end of the year where they put that money together to buy as a collective as their per usual stock fill.
Exactly.
So on a monthly basis, as a collective, you can still have your groceries and get benefits. Can you just share some of the benefits that the app has for people?
Okay. Re boletse ka benefit for stock fair. Mara I think it's an injustice to the benefit. It's a little thing as a whole. You know, the whole idea of tackle inequality being our why, basically. Like remote platform isapo, re-radio order tsarena mo isapo, and then right now on the back end re khona go tlhakantsha one le one re bolele le batho ba tshwantse re bolele le bona re kry di groceries. So ntho eo e tlo re thusa kae re tlo theosa price ya dijo because for rena re reka because re na le purchasing power.
Yes.
But what do we do then? Really, that profit elong hore roi year. As ke ra ithekisetsa o tlhaloganye hore isapo re e tla re join mo appeng mo platformong and then re ithekisetsa grocery. I'll say lo reka ko anyone or reka from yourself because then na lo na re kopane re khona reka le batho ba bang e be re khona reka a bulk or whatever. And then okay, whatever profit I earn from this,
it's coming back to us.
Yes. So isapo ira really prices are really competitive in the two biggest online retailers in the country. That's number one. So more paying reka the same product the cheapest between the two biggest online retailers. Okay. So we charge the same price. The cheapest one will charge. Ma difference the lion's share profit. I'd easily say up to 95% their profit. We earn from that sale to you. We share it with you and your community. Understand?
Wow.
And these are the benefits. So number one, really, example, I reckon grocery 1,000 rand. And then we know more or less on average more industry there's 20% gross margin. Enjoy in the grocery industry. Some items deny profit margin in trading class, but on average are on 20%. So every time we grocery 1,000 go any of the grocery supermarkets or can go on. When 800 stock, 200 profit.
Yeah, profit from your 1,000.
From your 1,000. Wherever go regambatia 8 clipper by those stock Baboa, Baurex happen next month. Over Sheila 2 clipper, over Sheila 200 every month. Over Holy right? So what we're saying really, are we going to get 2 clipper? Or regular grocery 1,000, right or 8 clipper gas stock, 200. Then on the we divide that, share the community. Renyako aha. Our own value chain. Ya grocery. Re batla gore re be in charge ka grocery arena from kwe manufacturer or at least the heads of gating ya kwe manufacturer until if fitla go tafule. Ya ko ileng gore yo jewa or kuntlung e leng gore yo berekisiwa go teng dai item. Re batla ba in charge re batla itse re go irahalang because we've been kept out of that industry. Or maybe we have been ignorant. So no, I'll change it.
Okay.
Understand?
And we want to benefit.
Asker ditwa from gating up with manufacturing until the Fikamutafling or Kamka.
Sure.
So to understand. So that Leonari to the Hori didn't reach from you. Marina because Ravanch. Really. I mean, Hekel Ravanch will like at the bottom 50%.
Yes.
And it can be any color or creed or religion. Understand? represented, the most of us.
Sure.
The middle class, they going through a lot. The price tag every month.
Every month.
Understand?
December when I was buying my groceries, I was so shocked. I was like, what is going on?
Exactly. So Baba would feel a pinch. About the top 10% of Baba say feeling. Why?
True.
Because somehow above.
And you know what I think, Natoni? I think that as we begin the year, all of us, we have New Year's resolutions. We want to do things differently. We want to achieve more. But I feel like ISAP has come at the right time for us to also become part of the conversation, but also to benefit from this food chain. So I think, Mina, this is the right time for people to learn. The Bible, I'm sorry not to mention, but the Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. But when we have knowledge of these things and we benefit from these things, all of us, Raja.
Exactly. The benefits, it's a isapo. Number one, if Rekopana as a community, re-aggregate the Rekopansa the purchase, we rebalmark purchasing power.
Purchasing power.
Understand? And with purchasing power, o konorbiano, Holy One, how can we move?
Sure.
And Minyako can mean reduced food prices in the long run. But for ISAP, the benefit is ISAP. That is the overall benefit. The ISAP app for the communities around Mzansi. And so the communities around Mzansi, the corner who exercise their purchasing power.
Yeah.
The app itself, the benefits that thing is number one. At the example, we are Reka grocery 1,000 rand.
Yeah.
And we know there's a profit margin along for all retailers by whenever they sell you stuff. So there would be, for instance, on your 1,000 rand, give or take, only about 20%. Some items deny more margin, some items deny very little margin. So we make it we simple 20% there, 1,000 rand there, the profit, gross profit. So really 800 rand the cost of sales. So what's 800 by 200 rand ke leng hore tshwantsho re ba run di operations ka ba gole ba godise ba fe di bonus ba ireng ba patele di rent, right? So re ba ka ka so mo isapo benefit ya mathomo gore when looking at the 200 rand really we want to share it low in the community. Remember, we to build the value chain, the food value chain. Mokas.
Yeah.
For what to buy long hore, but na mokas. So number one, we go for 25% back. Yeah, your profit.
Yes,
from the 200.
Yes.
We offer 25% as cashback. Understand? Kimanga kona for this. It's 50 rand.
Sure.
From a purchase 1,000 rand on average. Understand? That's number one. Number two, so it's a number one letting you have. Chelte cashback, hold download the app on about 5 wallets and then credit into your retail wallet. So that 50 rand, next time we're going to give us a discount.
Yeah.
So Orega ka 950
instead of the 1,000.
Yes, but we say look we have 50 rand because purchase how get 1,000.
Right? And how that you don't have to use it, you can just keep it there.
Exactly. Hora ta kana wa tlohela wa accumulate a minimum of 500 rand and then every ISAP khopela le mpeng yona as cash and we pay it into your bank account.
Sure.
Or we whatever elong hore nyaka ho e.
Sure.
So that's our way of saying, are improving disposable income? Yeah, the communities are.
Okay, so that's the first benefit.
That's the first benefit,
Mm-hmm.
right? Number two, 20% your profit ya how, which would be 40 rand. 20% ya 200 rand, like 40 rand.
Mm-hmm.
We credit into your wealth wallet.
Mm-hmm.
So wealth wallet ke wealth wallet re batlo re wena le community ya hao le ikirele a piggy bank e leng hore le ka thoma ho ira di business, community owned businesses from you. This could be a car wash as a community le nyako ira car wash, or it could be a bakery or le karaka service station somewhere, or any other business e leng hore le re okay, we don't want to spend money outside of our community anymore on this particular community or service. We want to do it ourselves. So yes, here and then a crowdfunding alone, wealth wallets alone.
Yes.
Understand? Mo ileng hore ba botle o mong le mong o kra wealth wallet ya hae, and as a community you can engage. Remember, really, ISAP app in a communication platform.
Yes.
And then we have segregated the communities. I mean, there are about 15,000 suburbs in the country.
Sure.
And each and every one of those suburbs represents within the app. So within a community, or as a community, and we will facilitate that conversation for you to help you achieve goal.
Now, what you guys decide to do with these wealth wallets, now as a community, maybe you want to have a car wash, and that can actually create a job for someone.
Exactly.
That can create a job for someone. You do have the car wash, and this is an example, and then you guys hire someone to actually run the car wash. But it's community driven.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So instead of releasing the anywhere else, because in a market, understand?
Sure.
So benefit of you. And we won't have a cut unless okay, ISAP, you can also have a cut. But we won't have a cut. We just facilitate, we help you to put it together. But it's yours as a community.
Yeah.
Understand? So that's the second benefit. The third benefit, so already 90 rand, 50 rand.
50 rand plus 40 rand.
Plus 40 rand. So 5% of your profit, which is 10 rand.
Which is 10 rand.
Returns on into your social wallet. Social wallet is like your donations fund.
Okay.
So you can use your social wallet to donate to any charitable organization of your choice.
Okay.
In your community. All you need them to do is register on ISAP as an ISAP Lift organization, and then you're going to see them more ebbing, and you'll be able to donate to them. So instead of going out with begging bowls, no, charity on spend them for grocery. We can circulate them, guys. So the benefit is a 3, which means give 25%, 20%, the 5%, 50%. Your profit, how? 200 rand.
Already that's 100 rand.
100 rand. It's more. Understand? The other 50%, we have an ISAP promoter. So one of the roles is dealing involved to help ISAP and to ensure this is a community-owned project. The first role is an ISAP promoter. So ISAP. So in fact, ISAP.
Yes.
And you registered no ISAP using my referral code.
Yes.
Understand? And every time you make a purchase, I get 10% your profit. So it's like an advertisement fee. Because I could advertise it, right?
Yeah.
And every time you make a purchase, they earn. Understand? And low and you have that same benefit.
So the more I tell people about ISAP and they register using my
referral code. Not And then I'm not going to earn anything from Batubaba introduced thing.
But now I earn 10% from each person that I refer who purchases on the app.
Yes.
Okay.
So as a push, as a multi-level, ke bulela lo wena, ke ja from wena. O bulela le 10 ya batho, o ja from 10 ya batho. He lo hore nna ke nya go bulela hape ka yona, ke tla no ja fela from wena. Okay. So really what the effort. Understand? Yeah. So that's number one role. Anyone can become an ISA promoter.
Anyone.
Understand?
Anyone.
Number two, really, honali role re isapreneur. You know, entrepreneur, isapreneur.
Yeah.
Yes. So isapreneur ke motho e leng hore o re look, I want to be your distribution partner in my town. Mokasiaka, I want to partner with you for distribution. But what does that mean? It means oreka grocery how mo epeng and it will consolidate the grocery how le batho ba bang ba ba godileng mo kasi how. And then re-isa ko the isapreneur.
Okay.
Just like your big supermarket in a DC ya bona ko kae kae, and then but say every day hona le tracker it's an akukasi go supermarketing eo. Your isapreneur
does that.
Well, understand a retlisa ko yena, why package, and then either why deliver if you've requested a delivery for a nominal fee, or why collect. All happening within the app. O tla bana le order ya hao, o tla be o choositse kwena hore o batla re yena a handle the products tsa hao. So we creating or we developing entrepreneurship. And I think Kalerilla the kind of entrepreneurs by Lomhore Barseva Kokasi Honabeno. I mean, it was said last year, Humulukile Bana from eating decontaminated. So what we say re-establish the food value chain. Yeah. Understand? So this is what we're doing. In partnership
So this is a community thing.
Yes.
It's not an individual thing. And I loved what you said, Kahore. As a community, we have the purchasing power. You know, it's not a one-man show, but all of us as a community, we benefit for the sake of the community. Basically, we become those people where money is circulating in our community.
But here's the thing. This last benefit. The last benefit there is 15%. Yeah. So the isapreneur will grab 25%. You grab 50 rand.
Okay.
From your order.
Wow.
50 rand.
That's the isapreneur.
Isapreneur.
Yes.
Right? And nahana le batho ba ba 10. If I click.
Sure.
By maybe and right grocery is 1,000.
It can be more. Yes.
So depending on isapreneur isa promoter and then base.
Yes.
So we're actually saying this is your roadmap. You can build your business.
Yes.
You don't have for expenditure or stock.
Or stock, yes. Yes.
So on a 20 each select as the isapreneur because we explain it like isapo on 1,000.
And you know, as an isapreneur, something that I notice is that from the profits that I make from every person that I refer, because when I refer, I'm an ISA promoter, right? Yes. From all those referrals, I could actually build money to buy my own grocery without taking out a single cent.
So imagine when I live to referring 20 households, from 20 of them, spend 1,000 rand on groceries, you would have made 1,000 rand.
And so that's how I buy my groceries.
Grocery how is paid for.
Sure.
Understand?
How much more in isapreneur now with the 15% profits?
And what we're saying, really, we want to have an isapreneur within every 500 square meters in every township in South Africa.
Wow.
So 500 square meters, that gives you, give or take, about 200 to 300 households selling or you can serve. So you can do the maths. You can make up to 10,000, 15,000 as an ESOP premium.
Sure.
But it's hard work. It's not easy because we're doing something that has never been done before.
Yeah, this is groundwork. This is groundbreaking work. Yeah.
And lastly, what I wanted to say, the last benefit, because you would have seen the first 50% and then 10% is a promoter, 25% is a premium. So it's 15%. So 15% we reserve it in what we call an ESOP operations fund.
Okay.
So we keep that money, and then really this is going to pay for distribution and logistics.
Okay.
So from the goods headed from our suppliers until the future to an ESOP premium, we're going to use this 15% to pay for those services. Okay. So Mutwatla when I deliver, which could be Mutwats or Mukasi, or a truck or one van, one of the things that we want to establish to help for the community to say really establish it, or each and every community are running a warehouse, so that risk depend on our only warehouse easily. So with those 15%, we want to establish infrastructure. It will and then the warehouse would say they would be staffed by people Bamokasi using the 15% they are to Bamokasi. So what we're saying really, unlike anything before, it on a very practical way in South Africa right now, chelete is circulating within gas over and over again. And then the wealth wallet that's we ring fence okay, spenders are carrying mole, are wealth wallet spender so that charity we keep it. And that is how we build wealth for our communities. That is how we claw back on inequality. Practical, without the revolution or any of that.
Okay, so Tony, I think for today, this is where we're going to end.
Sure.
Thank you so much for the very informative conversation around ESOP, what ESOP is all about. And I hope that it has made sense to you. And the nice thing about this video is that you can replay it. You can stop where you need to stop just to understand what we were talking about on a specific benefit, for instance. So thank you so much, Tony. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Lebesi from ESOP. He's one of the co-founders. And me, Misa Mu, and I am a channel developer. And I think this is something that he will explain further in next time we talk.
Sure.
So for now, it is goodbye. Please do subscribe to our channel on YouTube. What's the channel name?
ESOP_.
Okay, and then can you just tell us all the other social platforms where people can find you?
So we're on Facebook. So it's Facebook, website, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. What else? LinkedIn, Twitter.
All right, so thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Please stick around. We'll be posting every week just so you understand more on what ESOP is. And please, on the comment section, please do ask the questions you want to ask. You can comment, and maybe you can tell us about your experiences, about your stokvels, the societies that you have in your communities. And maybe you can also tell us how ESOP can help you in your different communities.
Sure.
So thank you.
Sure. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.